Yo guys, welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, I'm finally in the new crib. I just got here earlier today, and I've been wanting to make a video again for a little bit now. So I figured now might be a decent time. Sure, the video's a little scuffed. Don't have anything here really at the moment, just the stuff that I've been living with in the hotel for the last month. But yeah, I'm back, kind of, sort of. I just wanted to make this video, talk about some comics I've been reading, because I've, bottled it up a little bit over the last month. But I'll be back, like, for real, probably after Christmas sometime. I've just been super busy lately with work. Been working to the bone with that. Just had a lot going on. So with the holidays and all that, now it just hasn't been a great time to make videos. And obviously we're just now in the new house, so yeah, it's been a lot. But let's put that behind us. Let's talk about some comics. Since I've been here, I've gotten pretty into comics. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys will see that I've been picking up comics every week as part of the new comic book day. Been going every Wednesday. Have a pull list at a local or an LCS, which they're super dope. And I even got this other comic box. The other one that I had, the Invincible one that you guys probably saw a couple months ago, was full, obviously, and it's in storage. And we should be getting our other stuff here on Monday. Today is Friday, so that's super cool. Yeah, went ahead and I got this Venom one. This is part of the new Venom series that I haven't read. I've been interested in it. May or may not check it out, but anywho, let's talk about some stuff here. So first thing I want to show off is actually something I just got in the mail earlier today. X-Men issue number 1. This is the 2024 run. This Peach Momoko variant is just awesome with Magic and Psylocke on here. The flowers. I was sent this by Kayla for Christmas. It just arrived here earlier today, which perfect timing. Yeah, just awesome. And it looks like the bag that this is in is busted, so that's kind of lame. I'll have to get a new bag and board, maybe not the board, but at least a new bag for that here soon. This right here is awesome. This is a foil variant of Wolverine issue, or Wolverine Revenge issue 1 that came out, I think, in August, something like that. And this kind of sucks too. The board is in the middle of the book. What in the hell is going on? I didn't even really notice that. I'll have to fix that here in just a moment. But my goal is to actually get this signed by Nakayama. He lives in Hawaii, which is where I'm living now. That's where he's from. So I'm hoping to catch him at a local con sometime next year. Hopefully I can go and meet him and get this signed, as well as a couple other of his covers, because I'm a big fan of his work. He has some of the best art in all of comics, in my opinion. Alright, it was bugging me, so I went ahead and fixed up that comic. I don't know why I didn't even think about why the back of the comic was behind the board. I don't know. I just wasn't expecting that. My LCS must have been smoking crack that day or something. But anyway, yeah, this Wolverine Revenge variant is absolutely amazing. And then more recently, in fact, just this past Wednesday, I went. This isn't a series I necessarily read, but it's a character that I'm wanting to get into, and it's just a beautiful cover, just with the colors. And that is this Nakayama. I think they call it a color bleed with a white suit Zatanna for World's Finest number 34. I don't read World's Finest. This cover is just, it's awesome. So, yeah, and just like the colors, the white and the pink just look super sick. So I also, it's a Nakayama cover. So along with this one, these are the two Nakayama covers I have. I would love to get these signed here soon. And for the record, none of those first three I've read. They're just kind of ones I have for the variants. I do want to read Wolverine Revenge, and in fact, I've been picking it up since it came out. It's just that my first couple of issues of it are in storage at the moment, so I do have to wait until at least Wednesday to get all my stuff. And even then, there's a few other things I might check out before that I've just been holding on to and waiting for. We'll just have to see what happens. I suppose I could read X-Men here because it is issue 1, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Moving on to some other stuff. I guess I'll get the stuff up I haven't read out of the way. First being Absolute Wonder Woman issue 2. Issue number 3, I think, comes out next week. So that's super cool. I'm loving what they're doing with the Absolute Universe and the Ultimate Universe for Marvel. It's just such a cool concept. It's really sick. This Wonder Woman in particular is super cool. I haven't gotten around to reading this yet because, once again, my issue 1 is in storage in my other box, so haven't been able to check it out yet. But I'm very excited to and read pretty much all of the Absolute Universe stuff that's coming out. So yeah, there's that. And similarly is Absolute Batman. Issues 2 and 3. I was very excited to pick up number 1, but I was just busy at the time and didn't get to read it. And I was still getting into comics. And that's just another one that's in storage. So yeah, that sucks. And I heard that this issue 3 that just came out on Wednesday is like the end of the first arc, I believe. So I'll be sure to read these first 3 issues and obviously whatever else comes out. But as soon as I'm able to, because yeah, Absolute Batman, it's tight. Like, this is super cool. And sticking with the theme of the Absolute Universe stuff, let me set these here. Got some Absolute Superman. Now, I would have gotten issue 1 when it first came out, except that's when I was like actually in the process of moving. I was literally on a road trip across the entire country, so didn't get to make it in on Wednesday to get my copy, so I wasn't able to read it for a very long time. And then I ended up getting the Noir edition of issue 1, just so that I could at least read the story of it and appreciate the art, even though it doesn't have the color. At least appreciate it, and like mainly the story, so I can read it and read on into issue 2. And then more recently, I think, again on Wednesday, we got reprints finally for issue 1. So I did get that, and I'll show you guys in a second. But yeah, this is the one that I actually read. And then moving into those reprints, I did get the A cover, which is just absolutely amazing. I believe they call these negative space variants. But this isn't even really a variant. This is just the A cover for the reprint. So that's just awesome. And I did get this cardstock variant of issue 1 because they have them both there. This A cover was on my pull list, and I saw this there, and this art is just too tight. So I did pick that up as well. I am caught up on Absolute Superman, the first one in this video I've actually read. I did read issue 1. I did not go back and read one of these yet in color. I still plan to read either one of these, but what I did read is issue 2, and Absolute Superman kind of slaps. I will be real. Again, very excited for the Absolute Universe, and Superman in particular is a character that I've I've liked in the past, but as I've gotten older, I've liked less and less, because I was of the mind that he was sort of a one-dimensional character and wasn't all that interesting, which I've come to learn that even in main continuity isn't necessarily true. I'm a bit misinformed, but in Absolute Superman, I feel like it just raises the stakes, and just the intrigue around Kal-El's character, because of him, it being an alternate Superman story. It's just a fresh take by Jason Aaron, which I know he does a lot of awesome stuff. So, yeah, it's really cool. I love seeing things being switched around, and just new ideas brought to the table. It's just a really awesome story so far, and I wish it wasn't monthly, because it would be cool to read more of it quicker, but I understand how this stuff works. But yeah, the art, I think it's Rafa Sandoval, I think. That sounds about right. Sandoval, I think it's Rafa is his first name. But yeah, the art is absolute peak. Yeah, and even like these covers are amazing too. So yeah, I'm big on Absolute Superman at the moment. That's one of my priority series pickups. Right. And so more recently, I also realized that there was like a severe lack of DC on my pull list. I just have so much Marvel. I guess turns out I'm more of a Marvel guy than a DC guy, which isn't super surprising, but I really wasn't picking up any DC other than the Absolute Universe stuff. So I wanted to change that a little bit and hop into something fresh. And obviously I wouldn't hop into something that's, I don't know, 300 issues in or something further along. So I wanted to get something that's kind of just about starting. And so the series I did go with is I wanted to read Batgirl. I thought that was interesting. Batgirl as a character obviously is a chick, but turns out, chicks are badass, especially when it's like a Batman chick. And yeah, Cassandra Cain, she is dope. And I love these covers. I think it's, Mike Spicer on the art is just absolutely fantastic. I read both issues. So I got issue 1 and issue 2, and I believe issue 3 comes out the first week of January, I think, if not the end of the year here. But yeah, I just stabbed myself with that. Both issues were pretty fun. I don't really know anything about these characters. It's just pretty action-packed, and I'm interested to see where it goes. Yeah, new character for me. All these characters are new, and I'm just slowly but surely getting into DC. There's a few other series that are DC that I want to check out. Again, like I said, Zatanna is a character that I'm interested in. She has a new ongoing coming out next year in February, I believe. I want to put that on the pull list. And also Green Lantern Dark is one that I want to check out. That's actively coming out. It is an Elseworlds story, which I'm finding a lot of the DC Elseworlds stuff I'm more interested in than main continuity. It's just I'm having a hard time getting my hands on issue number 1, so I'm kind of up in the air about whether or not I want to actively pick it up or just wait for a trade or something. I'm not exactly sure yet, but there is some more DC stuff that I am interested in checking out. But Batgirl and the Absolute Universe is what I've got at the moment. Alright, so let's talk about some stuff I haven't read yet, that I actually plan to here very soon, maybe later today even, and that is Psylocke. Very interested in checking this series out. Psylocke is one of my favorite X-Men. I just think she's super cool. Hot ninja chick with laser sword arms. That's kind of sick. But yeah, this variant cover of issue 1, it came out a while ago. I think sometime in November. Didn't get around to reading it at the time, and then I didn't end up reading it because by the time I was going to, issue 2 was right around the corner. So I picked up issue 2 on Wednesday. I've heard pretty good things about it. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So here very soon, I'm going to read issues 1 and 2 back to back. And I have pretty high hopes for it. Like I said, big fan of Psylocke. I just think she is the coolest. And I am interested in checking out Uncanny X-Force, a bit of an older series. But I think I want to get the omnibus for that, which I'm pretty sure, I'm like 90% sure she's a part of, along with Wolverine and Deadpool, and 2 of my other favorites. So yeah, that would be sick. Let's talk about some other stuff. I got this Spirits of Vengeance Fortnite cover. I just thought it was cool. I'm pretty sure that's a loading screen in Fortnite. I like playing Fortnite, and this last Marvel season that they had was pretty cool. I wasn't around that week to actually pull this, and I found it after the fact. That being said, I also wish I would have got the Pilverine cover that they did for, I think it was Wolverine, this year's run of Wolverine issue 3, I believe it was. Wish I would have gotten that, but they didn't have that. They sold out of that pretty quickly, I think, but they had this one left over. I haven't read Spirits of Vengeance yet, but I'm really excited to. I have issues 1 and 2 in my other comic box. In fact, it was a series that I actually dropped from my pull list after issue 2, and I haven't been picking it up. But then issue 3 came out with this banger of a cover, so I actually have the first 3 issues. I'm not going to pick up any more of it, I don't think, unless I end up really enjoying it. I think I am going to wait for that trade of it that's supposed to come out next year. Alright, let's talk about something else I read. We got It's Jeff. Big fan of Jeff the Shark. I know there's a lot of people talking about him lately. He's become super relevant because he's in Marvel Rivals, which sadly I haven't been able to check out yet. I'm really excited to, but my Xbox and PlayStation should get here Wednesday, and I plan on playing mad Fortnite and mad Marvel Rivals. I'm very excited. But yeah, Jeff the Shark has been pretty relevant as of late. Just a cute little dude. I know he's infuriating in the game. This issue I actually did read. Quick read. It wasn't crazy. It's just kind of heartwarming and wholesome. Like, cute shark dude doing things, you know. Except this one, it was tied into like the Venom War event stuff, which I didn't really read at all. This is the only one I have, just because it's Jeff the Shark. But yeah, they should have a trade, like a small trade of Jeff the Shark stuff coming out next year as well. I think sometime in the early summer, and I'm gonna cop because it's the boy Jeff. So yeah, it was you know, it was, parts of it were kind of cringe. They played Baby Shark in this, and I was like, bro, really? Anyway, it was so Jeff the Shark, just kind of there for shits and giggles. Now, let's talk about some stuff that I'm really interested in, and some of my favorite stuff that's coming out right now, and that is Ultimate Universe. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really reading much of the Ultimate Universe other than Ultimate X-Men, just because I got on the train kind of late. That being said, I do plan on going back and reading Ultimates. I might pick up that trade whenever it does come out. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I did read this because I was interested in it, and also it has that Ultimate X-Men. I think this is the variant. Yeah, this Ultimate X-Men variant cover. I did read all of Ultimate X-Men. I am caught up. I have the first trade of it, which has issues 1 through 6, which I'm not going to talk about all the trades that I've read really much. I might talk about that in another video. It's not super important, but I've been reading trades lately, a lot of the ones that I packed with me, and I'll do reviews on those later on down the road, hopefully, if I remember. So I read that first trade, and then I've been picking up the comic, like the singles from there. In fact, I did have to backtrack I have issues 9 and 10, but I never had 7 and 8 because I wasn't really collecting it at the time when those came out. So those are sold out, kind of hard to get around me, at least like without ordering it. But I did manage to find these at my LCS. These variant covers, that did cost me a little bit extra. That, you know, them being, I think they're ratios, so they were like $20, so that kind of sucked. However, you know, I think it was worth getting them so that I don't have to wait until May of next year to get caught up with the series when the next trade comes out. That way I can get caught up now and then continuously read them as they come out. So yeah, I did read 7 and 8 and then 9 and 10 as well. My thoughts on Ultimate X-Men, I really like it. I know some people are really iffy about it, especially hardcore X-Men people. And as you guys know, I'm recently getting into comics and X-Men and all that, so I'm kind of indifferent about a lot of that stuff. Nothing really gets me heated as far as comics. If it's fun, it's fun, you know. I just, you know, like I said with the Absolute Universe stuff for DC, I just really like the idea of an alternate take and just taking the status quo and flipping it on its head, and giving you new ideas and alternate versions of characters that you know and love. I'm a big fan of that sort of thing. So this Ultimate Universe stuff was kind of made for me, or at least people like me. And I've been really enjoying it. It's a little bit different too. I love Peach Momoko's art. Probably one of my favorite artists out right now. You know, obviously I got this cover right here, which I'm happy about. But yeah, I love Peach Momoko's art. Some of my favorite. And her as a writer, she's really interesting. Her story, obviously very Japanese inspired because it takes place in Japan. And being someone who was very heavy into manga and anime for a very long time, and to some extent I still am, it's interesting to see like the comics, the world of comics and manga sort of collide with like the Japanese culture and like common manga and anime tropes, and also it not being a traditional sort of heroic X-Men story, at least not yet. There's a lot of almost psychological horror elements blended in. I know I said this to a friend, it kind of gave me like Doki Doki vibes in like the beginning. And there's definitely some horror influence in it too. It's just a really interesting read, and is, you know, one of the most, how do I put it, one of the most intriguing ongoings for me at the moment. I'm very excited every time a new issue of this comes out. It's like a priority read for me. I read it almost immediately. So yeah, the greater Ultimate Universe I'm not super familiar with. I still need to read Ultimate Spider-Man. I have the trade for that in storage. And I'm not really looking to pick the singles up for that. I'll just do the trades, but man, Ultimate X-Men is a must for me. It is freaking fantastic. All right, so let's talk about the last few things that I did pick up. A lot of this stuff I can't comment on. So when I first got here, I did go to the dollar bin sort of deal at my LCS, and you know, now I'm kind of iffy about dollar bins. It's just not worth it to me. I'd rather pick up singles for stuff that's like actively coming out, and then get trades and collected editions for older stuff. That makes more sense to me. It makes more sense than going after older singles for, you know, older series. It's just not worth it to me. But I did find this copy of an old Wolverine that I thought was super tight. Was that issue 6? So yeah, an old Wolverine copy. I just randomly picked it up, so that's something I have. But yeah, there's that. Few other things here. I'm going to talk about the stuff that I didn't read yet first. That being Blade Red Band issue 2. I picked this up. When was that? I guess last week, earlier in the week. I randomly went to my comic book shop. It wasn't new comic book day or anything. I was just bored. I had to go do something out, like around the area or something. Picked this up. I have issue 1 of the Red Band. I got that when it first came out. I haven't read it yet, and again, it's in my other comic box. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, damn, I could really get in some Blade. I think Blade is super cool, and love this Red Band stuff. And I'm iffy about whether or not they're actually going to collect it or not in a trade or omnibus or whatever, because they said that the Red Band stuff wouldn't be collected, but now they're collecting Blood Hunt in the Red Band version. So I'm unsure if that was a lie or not. I don't really know. But the whole idea was that the only way you'd ever be able to read Red Band, you can't read it digitally and it wouldn't be collected. So the only way to do it was through the singles. So, I don't know. I'm still iffy with what they're doing with that. As far as I'm aware, nobody has really commented on that. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. But Blade is super cool. And so I did pick up issue 2. Haven't read it yet, like I said. And issue 3 comes out on Christmas, I think. So I'll probably pick it up because Christmas is Wednesday, so on Thursday. I'll go to the LCS in the morning, hopefully. I don't know when I have work. That might not actually be possible. But regardless, I do plan on reading the Blade Red Band stuff here soon. And similarly, I kind of commented on this before at the beginning of the video, but Wolverine Revenge, also in the Red Band. Do plan on reading this. The Red Band being the preferred version of it. My issues 1 and 2 are currently in storage. So as soon as I get my stuff out, I'll crack them open and check out the Wolverine Red Band stuff, or Wolverine Revenge Red Band. So yeah, very excited for both of those. All right, so the last couple of things I can actually comment on because I've read them. First thing, Laura Kinney Wolverine. We got X-23 here. Originally, this wasn't on my pull list. I kind of picked this up on a whim. I thought, I needed to trim the fat a little bit as far as what I was pulling. And this was something that I did want to pull, but then I was like, nah. And I was like, you know what? I'll try the first issue, see how I like it, and see if it's worth pulling. I enjoyed it, but I did ultimately take it off the pull list. It was fun. It's action-packed. I'm just, based on like where the story was going by the end of this and like what they're trying for, I think I just wasn't super interested in. I would rather not pick this up and pick something else up instead. It was still fun, and I liked the art, and that cover is sick. The character of X-23 is pretty cool. Maybe if there was like a Red Band version of this, I would pick it up. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was alright. It was pretty cool, but just not worth me picking up. So yeah, I have that one issue. Something that is sick, and I'll definitely be picking up, is Helverine. I read this yesterday, either right after work or right before work. I really enjoyed that first issue. I have all of the other Helverine series that follows Logan. That was one of the first comics I ever picked up, and I got those, I think, I didn't get them as they were releasing, but I did pick them all up, like, soon after all of them were done releasing, I think. Just over the summer, I picked them all up at once. Never got around to reading it, so this is technically the sequel, whatever, but it's kind of standalone-ish. You can read either or. I mean, I guess the first miniseries would give you some context, but it's not really needed as far as I'm aware. I understood this first issue perfectly fine, but it follows Daken, who's Wolverine's son, and yeah, he's got that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Daken is super cool. I'm not super familiar with this character, but I've always thought he was cool, and I mean, this just makes him cooler. It's pretty much Ghost Rider mixed with Daken. So yeah, really cool. I enjoyed this first issue. It was more violent than I thought it was going to be. There's a lot of, I wouldn't say, I guess, kind of body horror kind of stuff. A lot of like dismemberment. It shows like severed heads and stuff, which is why I'm low-key surprised it's not a red band. I don't know what is really considered a red band material and what isn't. Comics, especially with Marvel, kind of confuse me with that sometimes, as far as like what's explicit and what's not, because even if you have a comic that says explicit content, like all of the cursing will still be censored. So I'm like, is it really though? Like, anyway, I don't know. Comics are kind of confusing on how they censor stuff, and I'm not sure. But yeah, it was pretty violent, pretty cool, and it's metal as hell. So I will definitely continue to pick up Hellverine. Alright guys, so that is in fact all of the comics that, well, as far as like single issues that I did pick up over the last month I've been gone, or I don't know how long I've been gone at this point, month and a half, something like that. Yeah, I just kind of want to show the stuff off, talk about what I've been reading, what I've been picking up, let you guys know that I'm back, kinda, sorta, let you guys know my situation. But yeah, I'll be back to making content more regularly, hopefully soon again. Been very busy, and I don't know how long that'll be for. I might be busy for a very long time. So I'll make content when I can. I'm not really sticking to any schedule or trying to upload whenever. I'll upload whenever I can, which is hopefully, you know, pretty often. But we'll see what happens. Thank you all for tuning in. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments on any of this series. Let me know what you guys are picking up. I would appreciate the conversation. And yeah, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe. Appreciate you. If you want to have more conversations outside of the YouTube comments, be sure to join the Discord, which will be linked in the description. And if you want to see what I'm picking up as I'm picking it up, drop a follow on the Instagram, because I do post all my new comic book day hauls and pretty much everything I'm picking up on there. So go check those things out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.